Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to review my FPL so far for the year and what decisions I've made and how things have gone. I think the addition of the free having 2 chips for each side of the year has really helped. Obviously I played that triple captain on Salah in the first game week and it paid off for me, got me 57 points. A Dinger as well paid off and Rice paid off, but no one else really paid off to start things off with. Obviously Gabriel and James on the bench getting points and then Van der Ven getting points as well. Tarkowski doing well with the defensive bonus in that first game week. It was a learning week. It was very much a learning week and one where I had to just kind of trust the process a bit, but it saw us get into a nice place. The week after, 68 points now, and João Pedro kind of carried this game week. But so did Tarkowski as well, keeping a clean sheet. It's disappointing to have Van der Ven on the bench instead of having starting James, he didn't play. Captaining Sarr, making the best option I could for the team, apart from if I had captained João Pedro. But going for Captain Sarr over when a week where a lot of people were captaining Salah and Haaland. Sarr did me really well there. But then we could see the drop off from Adingra, not even starting, and Cunha was really annoying that game week and did my head in a bit. And then it's game week 3 here, where once again it was a week where it was just disillusioned. We captained João Pedro. We could have done the same with getting the points off Bowen, but they both started the year for me very well. It's a midfield that was up and down for me. Rice, someone I've had in from the start, and I think I'm glad to have had him from the start. Just knowing that he's on corners, knowing what he can do. Brought in Dorgu, and he didn't even play in that game week, so we ended up having James from off the bench, give me 1 point. Listen, there was things to learn in these weeks, and we learned them. We carried over. We didn't make any transfers in these weeks. We made that one transfer with Dorgu and that was it. So we carried over a lot of transfers, and then coming out after the international break, after playing wild card, 834,000 from the world. It was a good game week. Getting top 1 million. It was a nice change of things. Obviously Gabriel, Munoz, Anderson and Tarkowski all smashing it in the defence for me, but Van der Ven being the best defence pointer of the week and being on my bench was so great. Xavi Simons as well, doing great from the outbreak there. Eze coming in straight away doing the business, and Haaland really doing the business for me. Hughes I just had in as a cheap option, and Grealish not living up to what I wanted him to do for me really, and then Rice not doing the business that I wanted him to do, but he said he's paid his price in the past couple of weeks, and that was fine. And João Pedro once again earning me points. Game week 5 then hit, and João Pedro stopped earning me points. Isak comes in and just doesn't, well, obviously he'd been in the team the week before, doesn't do the job that I need him to do. Grealish on the bench once again falling off a bit. Xavi Simons doing the same, not living up to them high as they did in the first game. Hughes, Rice and Eze not doing too much midfield for me. This was a bit of a downer week. It's the first week we were actually below the top 50%. Haaland doing a carry job a bit on the points on the team, almost half the points. And then into game week 6 where we got 64 points, we started to get a bit better here. Obviously Petrovic, Anderson, Van der Ven and Tarkowski doing well, but Gabriel sat and Alderte both sat on the bench. That is disappointing. There's 30 points sat on the bench. Could have seen a lot higher of a score, a lot better of a game week it could have been. Could have got an extra 27 points onto that score, and I'd have been on 91 points. 91 points we could have been on. That'd have been an incredible week in this game. We've been double or almost double the top. Semenyo though being brought in and starting to cook for me. Haaland captain, best choice that I could have made. João Pedro and Isak both doing niche for me, while Rice does what I've got him in for, getting them point earners as a bit of an under the radar option. And Xavi and Reinders also just not doing me too well either, but Gabriel and Alderte on the bench there was a very disappointing week. And then on to game week 7, which we've just had, and getting 87 points thanks to Semenyo captain, and that's a big turnaround week. It's a big turnaround week. Xavi Simons and Reinders still not performing for me, still not doing what I need him to do. Obviously I've said right now they are on the books to maybe be looking at the team. Van der Ven still not keeping the clean sheets, but Tarkowski, Gabriel doing what I need them to do. Isak finally getting a goal contribution on the bench there, probably helped him survive for another week, and we'll see what he does against United. It's gonna be fun. But yeah, looking at how the team is going into the week, we're not talking about what we're going to do, but you can see a lot of players here are on maybe a last hit. Xavi Simons and Reinders both in there with nice fixtures, where they can get involved with a goal and do something for me. This wait to see what he can do. Haaland back on the captain as well against Everton there. Van der Ven and Alderte taking up the defence, and Gabriel, because we had to have Gabriel on the team. Anderson bottom of the bench and Tarkowski on there. They got 2 really tough fixtures. I don't want to touch them. I've been trying to think about when I can play my bench boost, but we've not quite labelled it on yet. But Eze and Rice both were a tough fixture against Fulham as well in terms of goals. But I think Eze's got a better chance of helping me here than Rice does. But I could easily drop João Pedro's went for Rice. I'm not too sure. This is probably what the team I'm going to go with and carry over the transfers. So we've got a few more transfers. We're waiting to see if there's any injuries, so we're not over the international break just yet. But yeah, Isak, Xavi and Reinders probably on a bit of a last warning now, guys. I mean, I do have 2 free transfers as right now, but after next week I'll have 3. I'm taking out them 3. As I said yesterday, I'd really want to get Nick Walter made into the team. If I can, just 1 minute. Oh, a couple pages later, Walter made, and he drops in the price. I think it's going to be 16.2 million then to spend on 2 midfielders, where I would heavily contemplate bringing in. Let me just all players midfielders, bringing in the likes of. I mean, I'll be honest, I really like looking at Enzo, and that gives me what 9.5 million to then bring in a Bruno Fernandes if I really wanted to do that. That is a potential swap over that I could do. It gives me 0.5 million to play around with and change things up if here and there. I said Enzo Fernandes is something I've been really looking at just because of, you know, his audacity to get in the box length. So like 3 goals, 2 assists so far this year. Going a bit under the radar with some nice fixtures coming up: Forest, Sunderland, Tottenham, Wolves, Burnley, Arsenal at home, Leeds, Bournemouth, Everton. I actually think Chelsea and Crystal Palace have some nice fixtures coming up, so we could go with either of them. But that is my video of how we've done so far this year and what we could do better going forward. We're doing well so far, but with 250 fans from the world, we'll take it. That is going to be the end of the video, guys. If you like the video, please like, subscribe. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you do. See you next time. Cheers.